coffee and still. I'm just going to keep this brief because I want to do some studying after this. So we're going to do half hour meditation, and then so that'll get us to 7:45, and then we'll have about 45 minutes to study. And we'll be doing chapter reading. So I'm just going to try and get all the rest of the chapter reading done this week, and then work on the quizzes after for each section, and then dial in my gaps for that. So we're going to do our affirmation a couple times, and then we're going to dive right in. So let's get started. My iPad's really low in juice. Here we go. I'm already a man who passes mutual funds exam and step back into banking with confidence. I'm a full-time content creator and online personal trainer, earning 20,000 a month doing work I love on my own terms. My knowledge, my presence, my consistency attract everything I need. This is already done. I just have to catch up to it. So early, yeah, very early this morning. Um, I'm already the man who passes mutual funds exam and step back into banking with confidence. I'm a full-time content creator and online personal trainer, earning 20,000 per month, doing work I love on my own terms. My knowledge, my presence, my consistency attract everything I need. This is already done. I just have to catch up to it. I'm already the man who passes mutual funds exam and step back into banking with confidence. I'm a full-time content creator and online personal trainer, earning 20,000 a month doing work I love on my own terms. My knowledge, my presence, my consistency attract everything I need. This is already done. I just have to catch up to it. I'm already the man who passes mutual funds exam and step back into banking with confidence. I'm a full-time content creator and online personal trainer, earning 20,000 a month doing work I love on my own terms. My knowledge, my presence, and my consistency attract everything I need. This is already done. I just have to catch up to it. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Nira. Welcome, welcome. Hit subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button if you're new. We're going to be doing a meditation and study. And last, affirmation before we get going on our meditation. I'm already the man who passes mutual funds exam and step back into banking with confidence. I'm a full-time content creator and online personal trainer, earning 20,000 a month doing work I love on my own terms. My knowledge, my presence, and my consistency attract everything I need. This is already done. I just have to catch up to it. So we've set our intention. We've done our affirmations. Doing great, doing great. Got my eye masked to help enhance the meditation. And I'll show you guys the Oak app. Here's the app that I use. It's called Oak. So I'll show you guys from the home screen. It's like looks like this, like a leaf. And then I go like that. Mindful meditation. Boom. And then female voice, 30 minutes. Like that.
Welcome back. You can begin by taking a seat. You can pick your favorite chair or just sit cross-legged on a cushion. Let's take a moment to release any unwanted tension. You can do this by rolling out your neck in a circular motion and giving your back a good stretch by twisting those shoulders left and right. Also, make sure to check for any tightness that might be hiding in your jaw or shoulders. And if you find any, just go ahead and release it, softening that area. Now that you're ready to settle in, find a starting position where you're sitting upright and alert, but without being too rigid. Your chest should be open and your shoulders relaxed. Go ahead and place your hands in a comfortable position. They can be folded in front of you or on your legs. Now close your eyes. Let's begin by taking a few slow, deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and out through the mouth. For each breath you take,
Well, it can be.
notice how your chest and stomach rise and expand on inhale, and how the body relaxes and softens on exhale. As you finish your next deep breath, allow yourself to return to your natural breathing rhythm in and out through the nose.
Bless you. Bless you, babe.
Now bring your attention to where you most easily detect the breath. You might feel the air passing through the nostrils or touching the upper lip. Or sometimes you feel the breath in the movement of your chest or belly. Once you find that point, keep your focus and attention on it. This is your meditation practice, simply observing where each breath unfolds in this present moment. And remember, there is no need to change the breath, speeding it up or slowing it down. Just let it happen naturally, observing each part of the breath, the inhale, pause in between, and exhale. These moments shouldn't be discouraging.
I think I'll double check with them.
Opportunity to strengthen your
Rashid's
awareness.
or here. Let's see.
Acknowledge the thought.
No, Desiree, what's going on? Love you.
Returning back to following the breath.
Meditate for 30 minutes, and then we're doing a little study session. So stay tuned. And hit subscribe and that like button if you're new here.
And if your mind has wandered, no problem. Just slowly return to observing the breath. From this point forward, we'll use the sound of a chime as a reminder to bring your awareness back to the breath. When you hear it, if your mind has wandered, just slowly bring it back.
Excuse me.
And now, just take a moment to give your mind a break. No need to focus on your breath or think about anything at all. Just enjoy the mind at ease. And as the practice finishes, just slowly bring your attention back to the space around you. You can gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Now rolling out the shoulders and neck. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes.
Ugh. I had to leave. Whoa, there's a fire near me, so I had to check it out. Holy smokes. Zin? Zin Chick? Welcome to live. Thanks for tuning in. Just finished our meditation there. Feeling zen. Damn. That actually happened to me, Nana. Me and my wife, a couple weeks ago. There was a fire at the end of our street. It was really scary. Because it was all of a sudden the house went up in flames. Apparently it might have been from a cigarette butt that someone was smoking. So that's insane. But I'm gonna go and do some skincare now. 7:47 a.m. And then we're gonna get some studying in. So let's hydrate first. A little bit more water. No, hear someone lit their trash up. Oh my god. Jesus, it's scary. Okay, beautiful. All right, boom. Sit. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go in. Oh, wash our face and all that. Gel the hair. When I drink coffee first, my throat dries out real quick. Scary for us because the fire truck would have taken ages to arrive. Yeah, 100%. All right, eye mask off. Boom. Hang on. Appreciate you being your mindset fan. I'm just gonna get changed here. First, yeah. I'm gonna get changed and then we'll gel the hair. Gotta go. There we are. There we are. All right. We're set, Mindset fam. We just need some gel now and to wash the face. And then we can get going on studying. Oh, that's it. Men's plus care. My hair is like so frizzy in the morning. It looks like I got electrocuted. There we go. There we go. What time is it there? Because you super early today. Yeah, it is 7:52 a.m. my time. Whoa. And I woke up in when I was getting smoothie ready, 6:30 a.m. So yeah, it's early. It is early. There. Okay. Mhm. Yo, Ashika, welcome, welcome. It's 8 p.m. here, so we are 12 hours ahead of you. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, okay. All right, that's good. Now, welcome live. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I left it in the shower. The cleanser. Hold on. Ah. There we go. Cleanser. And then this moisturizer. So we're gonna quickly cleanse and moisturize. Just say how long you do this. Yeah. Oh. Mm. Okay. Yeah. Ashika Naina's from India as well. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah. I'm from Canada. There you go. Yeah, I did. I'll fix it in a minute. It's from cleansing. That feels better. Wake me up. Okay. And then moisturize. Mm. Mm. There we go. Good to go. Good to go. I didn't understand what. You have curly hair. Your hair grows naturally. It does. I know. It's crazy, especially at this length. What's going on, David? Welcome. Where are you from? All right, let's do this. Time to do a little study session. We're going to be reading aloud like we normally do. And hang on, getting on my Apple Watch. There. Okay. Time to do some reading. I didn't complete the quiz. I've decided I'm just going to bulldoze the reading and then do the rest of the quizzes. So that's what I'll do. Just because I still have a few chapters to read. So we're going to go through the reading first. Hang on. Just getting everything set up here. Hang on, hang on. Rest of my smoothie, Mindset Fam. Mm-hmm. Oh, what's that? You married? Yes, I am. Yeah. I'm from Canada myself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your last short was amazing. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, for the lunch, healthy lunches. Yeah, I'll be doing more of those because I know people like them. It did really well too. We got like 1,400 views, and it helps when all you guys comment because it helps it get shown to more people. So I appreciate that. So, and What does that say? What? Wow, Chalo by? What the heck? Did that person just leave because I said I was married? Funny. People are funny. Mm. Oof, you didn't understand Hindi, but I understand English. Yeah, no, I definitely don't understand Hindi. No. Because if it is in a different language, it just translates back to me in English. But sometimes it's discombobulated. All right, we got reading to do. Mindset fam. So where are we here? 14-8. So chapter 14, and we're gonna pop on a little binaural beats. Okay, binaural beats. There we go. I just gotta find. Hang on, I just gotta find it again. Where is it on here? Just gotta find it. There's so many. Come on, no copyright. Is this one no copyright? Oh, no, that's copyright. Damn. I have a better idea. Okay. No copyright by Neural Beats. Here we go. Here we go. This one's good. I like this one. There we go. All right. Binaural beats are on and activated. Oh, you're going to sleep? Okay. Take care. Which chapter? Chapter 14-8. Check this. I'm going to go right into here. So here's the course. Boom. Boom. Hang on. Courses. Boom. She only said, wow, I'm going now. Just wanted to let you know. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Take care, Ashika. Okay. Textbook. Online. So here we go. 14-8 we were at. So these are short chapters between chapter 14 and 16, which is awesome. So we're just gonna bulldoze this. We got 26 minutes of reading to do. It's just gonna be short. Hang on. That's my goal, is meditate and then study. Meditate and then study. Every day until this is done. So yeah, so these 14, 15, 16, I measured, they're about 15 pages each chapter. So they're pretty quick. Oh, where were we? I said 14-8 right here. So let's go here. Okay. Yeah, we have to grind. I know. All right. So stay tuned. We're gonna be grinding. Mindset fam. Let's get her done. Okay. So lots of reading to do, but with your help and your motivation and your inspo, we're gonna inspire each other to get stuff done, even when we don't want to. Okay. I said 14-8. Hang on. Just getting ourselves set up here. I'm gonna say, yeah, you want it there. 14-8. Here we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we're at the bottom here of 14-8. So technically 14-9. Gotta be dedicated. Yep. Okay. Here we go. How is a comparison universe used? The most popular method of relative performance evaluation is to compare a mutual fund's return with the performance of a peer group, which is made up of mutual funds with similar investment mandates. The collection of mutual funds that form the basis for comparison is also called a comparison universe or a performance universe. For example, if you wanted to measure the performance of a Canadian large cap equity fund, you would compare this fund's results with all other Canadian large cap equity funds. If a fund posted a 1-year return of 12%, while the average return of its peer group over the same period was 9, we can say that the fund outperformed its peer group over the evaluation period. Oh, I am playing some music, but maybe so it's very light though. I have have it on low volume. Comparison universes are constructed by professional performance appraisal firms, such as Morningstar and the Globe and Mail. For example, these firms collect performance information from a large number of mutual funds and report this information on a regular basis. Okay, 14-9, here we go. Issues that complicate mutual fund performance. When comparing mutual fund performance, one must avoid comparing the performance of two funds that are dissimilar. A fixed income fund versus a growth equity fund. And dissimilar means like they're too different. Or comparing funds that have differing investment objectives or degrees of risk acceptance. One complicating factor occurs when the name or class of fund does not accurately reflect the actual asset base of the fund. Investors should be aware, for example, that funds classified as Canadian equity funds may at times have significant portions of their assets invested in equities other than Canadian stocks. This is not to suggest that the fund manager is doing something wrong. Each manager must consider market trends and adjust the timing of the fund's investments. It does, however, suggest that the published results are often comparing apples with oranges. The discrepancy between a fund's formal classification and its actual asset composition can impair attempts to create a portfolio. For example, an investor who wished to allocate 10% of portfolio to gold stocks might be surprised to find that at some points gold mutual funds are holding 50% of their assets in cash. This results in an actual asset allocation of 5% gold rather than a desired 10. Risk. Another factor that complicates comparisons between funds is that there is often no attempt to consider the relative risk of funds of the same type. One equity fund may be conservatively managed, while another might be willing to invest in much riskier stocks in an attempt to achieve higher returns. Any assessment of fund performance should consider the volatility of a fund's returns. There are a number of different measures of volatility, but for each attempt to quantify the extent to which returns will fluctuate. From an investor standpoint, a fund that exhibits significant volatility in returns will be riskier than those with less volatility. Measures used to quantify volatility include the standard deviation of the fund's returns, beta, the number of calendar years it has lost money, the fund's best and worst 12-month periods, the fund's worst annual, quarterly, or monthly losses. Standard deviation measures how volatile a fund has been over the past period to give an indication of how much it might behave in the future. If a fund has consistently earned a 5% return per year over the last 20 years, although there is no guarantee, it would be reasonable to expect that the fund will earn 5% in the future. But they always say past performance is not an indicator of future performance. Always. Emo P54, welcome. How you doing? If, however, a fund's annual return fluctuated from a negative 20 to a positive 20 over a period of 20 years, it is much less likely that the fund will earn a return of 5% in the coming year. Standard deviation is a common measure of the consistency of a fund's return. The higher the standard deviation, the more volatile or unpredictable the return may be. Other methods, which look at different time periods, can be used to calculate best case and worst case scenarios. Rating systems based on multiple periods avoid placing too much emphasis on how well or poorly the fund did during a particular short-term period. An advisor who deals with mutual funds should be aware of how the fund tends to perform relative to the stock market cycle. Some will outperform others in rising markets, but do worse than average in bear markets. The beta available on most fund performance software measures the extent to which a fund is more or less volatile than the underlying market in which it invests. The greater the variation in the fund's returns, the riskier it tends to be. Particular attention should be paid to periods during which the fund lost money. 14-10. How is quartile ranking used? Quartile ranking is used to assess performance of a fund manager relative to its peer group, like professional sports, where the best performer is first among peers and the worst performer is last. Mutual fund managers are ranked from best to worst within their peer group. A quartile sorts performance into 4 equal parts or blocks. For instance, if you're looking at a peer group of 100 Canadian equity funds, there would be 4 quartiles made up of 25 funds each. The quartiles are given a rank of 1, 2, 3, or 4 to show how well a certain fund performed compared to all other funds in the peer group. First quartile, top 25 funds with the highest returns. Second quartile, next 25 best performers. Third quartile, next 25 performers. And then fourth quartile, bottom 25 performers in a peer group. The number of individual funds in a peer group can be any number. For example, consider a Canadian equity balanced fund universe comprised of 872 funds. In this case, the first quartile would be comprised of the 218 top performers. The second quartile would be comprised of the next 218 best performers, and so on until the 218 best performers who would be ranked in the fourth quartile. Although a fund manager would strive to generate first quartile results every year, in reality this would be very difficult to accomplish. Most fund managers would aim for stable and consistent performance in the top 2 quartiles. Figure 14.1 shows the quartile performance of ABC Equity Fund, a hypothetical Canadian equity fund that is part of a universe of 100 other similar funds. Only a sample of the funds in this peer group are presented and not the full 100 funds. Professional appraisal firms would list all the funds classified within the selected classes. So we got, interesting. So ABC Fund. So they're just ranking all the mutual funds. So I'll show you guys. So it's got ABC Fund, second quartile. Then in year 1, year 2, it drops to third. It goes back to second quartile, down to third quartile, and then stayed at third quartile again. Then DEF Fund stayed at first quartile, third, that went down to third quartile in year 3, fourth in year 4, second, year 5. JKL, so this is the bottom performer. Fourth quartile year 1, third quartile year 2, fourth quartile year 3, and so on. So that was our bottom performer right there. show. I just want to make this so I can see. There you go. I have been recommending Stranger Things to a friend for the last 2 years, and she watched one season. She told me she didn't like it. And now I'm thinking, oh, damn. I'd be like, no more friends. No, I'm just kidding. It was so good. Anyone that said it's not good, they must not like sci-fi or cool TV series. The ABC fund ranked comparatively average in performance, hovering between the second and third quartile over the fifth year evaluation period. However, the ABC fund achieved a relatively stable performance, given that the fact that its returns, while never in the first quartile or top performers of the group, were never in the fourth quartile either. In comparison, GHI fund showed superior performance relative to the other funds by consistently ranking in the top quartile in the 4 out of 5 years. In contrast, the JKL fund was the weakest performer in this peer group. When comparing performance, it's also worthwhile pointing out that the longer the evaluation period, the more stable the returns of the comparison universe. You should not put too much importance on quartile rankings over the short term, such as 1 year returns. Shorter term rankings are more volatile. In assessing fund suitability for a client, the consistent performer should rank higher in choice than the volatile performers. 14-11. I love it. 16 more minutes, Mindset Fam. Or 14 more minutes. Like, who doesn't like Stranger Things? Yeah. Yeah. Drawbacks of the comparison universe method. No, she said she didn't understand it. I mean, yeah, it can be difficult to grasp at first, but Stranger Things has everything to love. Look at Steve Harrington. Yeah. Everyone loves Steve Harrington. And he's funny in it. The comparison universe method has pitfalls that can compromise its accuracy and usefulness. For example, the contents of comparison universes must be carefully defined so that you know exactly what portfolio is being compared against. This is not always the case. A balanced fund universe may contain a range of incomparable portfolios from mainly equity-based funds, with a modest bond component to bond funds with small stock exposure. It is important to compare apples to apples. The performance universe defined too broadly also does not help to assess risk. In a universe comprised of equity portfolios, managers who concentrate on particular subgroups of stocks, such as small capitalization firms, will have different risk characteristics than the universe in general. Similarly, general bond universes are not a representative of managers specializing in high yield bonds, because comparisons must be made among funds that take similar risk profiles. The benchmark universe may not be appropriate for all fund performance measurements. No, it's all good. I know, right? Steve and Dustin is the best duo in the entire series. Seriously, I don't think. All comparison universes also exhibit some degree of survivorship bias, no matter how carefully the universes are constructed. Survivorship bias develops as defunct portfolios drop out and are excluded from rankings in subsequent quarters. A performance universe is essentially a universe of survivors. Funds that are terminated or cease to exist are usually those who have been unsuccessful. As a result of this bias, adequately performing managers can appear to have underperformed as the investment period lengthens. For example, a manager with median performance every quarter will increasingly rank lower in the surviving universe in the 3-year, 5-year, and 10-year comparisons. This appearance of deteriorating performance as the investment period lengthens makes average and moderately good fund managers look more like underperformers as their historical period of comparison lengthens. Finally, appraisal firms and analysts each have their own unique methods of universe construction and compilation. The differences are substantial enough that a mutual fund manager may rank in the top half of managers in one universe and then the bottom half of a competing firm's universe. As you can see, the comparison universe approach would not work as a passive investment strategy. Drawbacks of the performance universe approach are summarized in table 14.2. Yeah, that's a very active way. Yeah. So it's a very active form of investing, which, as a mutual fund representative, you're not going to be a fund manager. In order to be a fund manager, you have to have, again, different licensing. But I have a series recommendation. I think you'll like it. Sure. What's the series recommendation you recommend next? Or maybe one I haven't seen. I think you mentioned Modern Family. I think you mentioned How I Met Your Mother. Someone said Young Sheldon. Keep them coming. Drawbacks of a comparison universe method. We're so close to the end of this chapter. The comparison universe method has pitfalls that can oh no, sorry, where do I read that? Yeah. Drawbacks of the performance universe are summarized in 14.2. Definition of universes. Universes too broadly or too variably defined are not comparable. Matching of risk profiles. Universes that do not match for risk are not representative. Universe size. Universes that are too small through partitioning into sub-universes are not reliable. Survivorship bias. Termination of unsuccessful funds may result in performance universes that are biased. How close are we? Oh, we're done. We got one more page in this chapter already. Hell yeah. Okay. All right, we'll finish reading this page. It's got a case study. So let's read the case study, and then we're done chapter 14. Excuse me. Here we go. Okay, here we go. It's all relative. Benchmarking portfolio performance. Barry recently received his quarterly investment portfolio statement. His portfolio is a growth-oriented mix of 8 funds, with an approximate weighting of 60% equities, 30% bonds, and 10% cash. Of the 5 equity mutual funds he holds, 4 of them have returned over 10% during the last year. The 5th fund, ABC Emerging Markets Equity Fund, has fallen in value over the last 12 months. That's a good mix, yeah. He's got 5 equity funds. Wow. Yeah. He's got 1 underperformer in there. Oh. It's a horror kind of series. It's a thriller. I personally love it. And a slow burn new season. Hey, honestly, I watched You, and that was a thriller, and that was a slow burn too. It took a long time to build, but then all of a sudden, boom! Then there's like these climaxes in the series. So I like slow burn seasons too. What's the name of it? Oh, it's coming out. It's coming out. Is it on Netflix or Disney Plus? We got Netflix, Disney Plus. Yeah, that was a great series. I love it. I love thrillers. The 5th fund, the ABC Emerging Markets Fund, has fallen in value over the last 12 months. Barry is confused as he has read in the news that emerging markets are far outpacing developed world nations in economic growth. He concludes that it must be the fund itself that's underperforming. Barry meets with Tom, his mutual fund representative, to discuss the performance of the fund and to review alternative investment options for his portfolio's emerging markets exposure. At the meeting, Barry expresses his concerns regarding the fund to Tom and states that he wants to sell the fund and replace it with another one. Tom reviews Barry's goals, reconfirms his investment profile, and reviews his portfolio's mutual fund holdings. Barry and Tom examine each of the mutual fund's performance against their appropriate mutual fund peer groups, Canadian Equity Large Cap, relevant benchmark, the S&P TSX Composite Index, and beta relative to the appropriate benchmark. Tom also pulls out the mutual fund's Morningstar profiles, which contains their risk-adjusted returns relative to their peers that are captured through Morningstar's 5-star rating system, 5 being the best and 1 being the worst. After conducting the analysis and making the appropriate comparisons, Tom determines that all of the funds are performing well. In particular, despite posting a negative return over the last year, the ABC Emerging Market Equity Fund has outperformed 90% of its peers in the emerging markets equity group, exceeded the return of the MSCI Emerging Markets Equity Index, which posted a larger loss than the fund over the last 12 months as emerging market equity indices fell around the world. Achieved a beta of 0.8, meaning it was less volatile than the relative index, and was rated 5 stars by Morningstar for its relative and risk-adjusted performance. Tom also explains to Barry that while emerging market equities had a poor year, their long-term outlook continues to be strong, presenting important growth and diversification opportunities for his portfolio. The fund has posted better than average returns over 3, 5, and 10 years. Tom reiterates the importance of maintaining a long-term perspective when considering a fund's performance. Always think long-term when it comes to investing, because short-term, there's way more volatility. There's way more fluctuation of how your portfolio performs year to year. But when you look at 5 years, 10 years, right? If you look at things in 5 and 10 year chunks, you're going to be able to see things a lot more clearly. Oh, that is the series name from. Here it's on Prime. I think in USA, it's released on MGM Plus. Cool. Okay. Me and my wife will have to look into it. We like thrillers. All right. Yeah, we just finished chapter 14. Hell to the yeah. Selecting a mutual fund is chapter 15. We got chapter 15, 16, 17, 18. So 4 more chapters. Boom. Let's go. All right. I think it's, yeah. I'm just going to see how many pages this has, Mindset Fam. Whoa, this one's only got 15 pages as well. It's slow, like super slow. It's like right now, 4th season. I still don't know half of the things. Oh, fair. And then 16 has how many? Yeah. 15 and 16 are just 16-page chapters. And then I think it's 17 that's the longest one. Yeah. 17's long. That's a big one. We're going to have to break that one up. It's got 35 pages for chapter 17. Hey, how you doing? Missy's B78. Welcome live. We're just finishing up a study session. We just did about 30 minutes of chapter reading for a mutual funds course. And then we did 30 minutes meditation. So I'm just seeing how much, how many pages each of these chapters are. Nice. So chapter 17 is 35 pages. Chapter 18 is about 15 pages. And then, yeah, 16 and 17 are, or 15, 16, 17 are 15 pages. So we're good. We're going to leave it there. Logging out. Yeah. So it's just chapter 17 that's like 35 pages. So that's going to be a big one. But again, like I said, I've done this course before. This is a slightly different layout than the other course that I did a couple years ago. But a lot of the stuff is review. They do delve deeper into certain concepts, but yeah. All right, I gotta let out my dog and then I gotta go to work. So we're gonna leave it there. It's been a 77-minute stream. I hope you all enjoyed. Right? This is just to go to show like you don't have to love studying, you don't have to love like certain things, but sometimes they gotta be done, right? And I want to show you guys live my process of how I study, how I read. Right? I like to break things down in little chunks. Half hour here, 45 minutes there, an hour there. It all adds up. So I'm gonna do some more reading tonight. Last night I was way too bagged. I was so tired. I went to bed at 10:30, and as soon as I went down, I immediately fell asleep. As soon as I hit the pillow, I immediately fell asleep. So my goal is to get between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. tonight. That window, I want to get another bit of reading in because my goal is to have the rest of these chapters read by the end of the week, so then I can just focus on studying and booking the exam. So, but I'm going to need at least 1 to 2 weeks. I want to give myself at least a week of straight studying. It's just been so busy lately. So, but again, chapter 15, 16, 17, 18, 4 more chapters, and then we're there. And then we can focus on booking the exam once we're done reading the chapters. So I'm going to read all the chapters, and then we're going to go back and do all the quizzes, find practice exam on there. I'm sure they got a practice exam I can test just to, because that's how you have to do the quizzes, the chapter summaries, and practice exams in order to simulate a test environment for the actual exam. Because they give me 3 hours to write the actual exam. So, and I only need 70% or 60% to pass. So I've done it before. I can do it again. Yeah. And then we're gonna get back into banking. Like I say, every live through the affirmations. So, Mindset fam, I'm gonna be heading to work, and then I got lunch, and then we'll have a lunch with me later. We got this. Maybe happy, maybe healthy, maybe at peace. Peace, Mindset fam. And again, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We go live daily for workouts, lunch with me, study with me, meditate, etc., etc. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you guys all at lunch, approximately 1:15 p.m.